Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Halloween Tea Party, where I will be attempting to do 31 tutorials for the 31 days of October. I hope you enjoy the following video. I'm starting out with a light blue liner and mapping out all of the shapes on my face. I've gone for light blue because it's the central colour. It's between the white and the red, so we can just map out the blue and then we don't have to worry about mapping out the white and the red as well. My liner is a sparkly liner. You absolutely do not need a sparkly liner to do this. I just didn't have a light blue liner that wasn't sparkly. If you don't have a light blue liner, you could do this with a pale liner, so something skin toned, or a white liner, or you could use eyeshadows or something, or you could just not map it out at all and just be brave and just go straight in with the face paints. I'm also using a reference picture of the Obama Hope poster so that I can see where everything needs to go. Once I'm happy with the placement of everything, I'm going in with a white face paint and a thin paintbrush to just outline where all of the white is going to go so that we can get really nice, sharp, crisp edges. For looks like this, I always find it easiest to go in with the lightest colour first, so in this case white. Otherwise, if you go a bit out of the lines like I sometimes do, then other colours will mix into the white and it just turns into a big mess. It can be a bit tricky with water activated face paints to get a very opaque white base down, so I'm really going easy on the water, so I have really thick paint, and I'm not swiping too much with the brush because that tends to leave brush strokes in the paint and it makes it look very patchy. So I'm doing very small brush strokes and patting the paint on to try and get it as opaque as I can. Then I'm letting that white base dry completely, and to help with any patchiness, I'm taking a really pigmented white eyeshadow and a small fluffy brush and patting the eyeshadow all over the white. You don't want to swipe because you could risk making things even patchier if you're too aggressive doing this, so just gently patting seems to work best. Once I'm completely happy with the white, I'm going in with a blue face paint and a clean detail paintbrush, and I'm basically doing the same process. So I'm outlining all of the blue area, and I'm being really careful around the white because I don't want any of that white to get into the blue and things to get mixed together because I don't want to deal with that kind of mess. And then I'm going in with a clean, flat packing eyeshadow brush and filling in all of the blue area. If you find that your blue is patchy, then you can do the same thing we did with the white. So take a matching blue eyeshadow and a small fluffy brush and just pat eyeshadow over the blue until everything is evened out. Next, I'm going in with a red face paint and another clean paintbrush. And you guessed it, it is the exact same process. There is black in this look as well, which I haven't mapped out, but because black is the darkest color of them all, I can put it on top of red without worrying about them mixing together. But if you're more comfortable with mapping out the black areas before you go in with the paints, then, feel free to do that. But maybe don't use a blue liner for that, use a red liner. Anyway, same process, so I'm very carefully outlining all of the red around the blue, and then switching over to another clean eyeshadow packing brush and filling all of that in. And I'm going to have a lot of brushes to clean tonight. Of course, if your red is patchy, you probably know what to do. Take some red eyeshadow and a small fluffy brush and get in there, pat that shadow on until everything is looking really nice and even. I didn't have another paintbrush, so I'm using an angled brush for the black instead. And I'm just taking the black and following the reference picture. Like I said, if you feel like it's easier for you to map things out first, then go ahead and map out that black first before you start putting the paint down, because if you make a mistake with the black face paint, then it's more of a pain to clean up than if you make a mistake with liner. I'm bringing the black face paint back into my hairline because I don't want any of my scalp showing through, because it kind of ruins the effect a bit. So if you have dark hair, you might want to do that, but if you have, not black hair, then you probably want to skip that step and give yourself a very clear defined line where the black ends. To fill in the main areas of the black, I'm going in with, you guessed it, a flat packing eyeshadow brush. And of course, if it's patchy, set it with a matching eyeshadow. Once all of the main shapes are down, I'm going in with my 3 detail brushes and 3 colors and just adding in any of the areas of fine detail that aren't already in there. When you put face paint on your eyelids, it tends to crease and rub off really, really fast. So what you can do is paint your eyelids one at a time is probably best. Let the paint completely dry and then take a matching eyeshadow and set that paint, and that should help it not crease and rub off quite as dramatically. I'm also painting my ears and my neck, and again I'm just using the reference picture to see how to paint those. Basically anywhere that's not covered by costume is painted. If you've seen my previous videos, then you know one of my pet peeves is when people do really beautiful face paints but don't paint their ears and their neck, and it just ruins the illusion for me. So, paint your ears, paint your neck. It's gonna make your costume like so much cooler. For the lips, I'm using liquid to matte lipsticks. I find that they last a lot better than face paint on your lips, especially if you're going to be drinking and eating and things like that. So I'm using a red shade and a very dark purple shade because I didn't have a black. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. You are now President Obama. Congratulations. If you decide to recreate this look, I would love to see the results. You can hashtag me, President Obama. Don't do that, guys. Don't hashtag Obama, hashtag me. And use the hashtag Halloween Tea Party. And then I will see it. Yes, and then I will see it. There will also be a Halloween inspired competition over on my Instagram. If you want to be in with a chance of winning some goodies, all of the details are over there and in the description box below for those of you too lazy to go to my Instagram. There will be another video going live tomorrow. If you would like to see that, you can hit the subscribe button and YouTube will notify you when it is up. If you like this look, then you can click the like button. And if you have any comments or questions about the look, not about my presidency, then you can leave them below in the comment section and one of my aides will respond to you. If this look isn't quite your style, here are some alternative looks that might be more your thing. I hope you all have a fantastic Halloween, and I will see you tomorrow.